Hi friends and fellow intuitive academics. My name is Shelly and I am an educator healer. And what I do on this channel is I draw from my intuition and my lived experience as a PhD to offer you guidance on your academic journey. And that journey often requires healing, as I've experienced it and as I've witnessed it in my friends and peers going through the program. And so this is what I want to bring to you through the channel. And we now have a solar eclipse in Aries approaching on April 8th, 2024. And so I wanted to do a reading just centered around that astrological event. So I'll be doing two layers of readings in today's reading. The first layer will be general kind of energies. The second layer will be more specific advice pertaining to the academic journey. And then, so with that in mind, I'm also going to be doing a general kind of collective reading first. And then from that reading, pick out 3 cards to follow through with our pick a card section of the reading. So there'll be a general collective reading that will set the overtone of the energies regarding the solar eclipse in Aries. And then, from that general reading, it will become clear to me, hopefully to you too, which are the 3 cards to follow up on. And then you can go ahead and pick what card you want to follow up on to continue with more detail in your reading. This is the first time I'll be experimenting with this format, so I'm curious to see how it goes. So let's start with our collective energetic reading for the April 8th solar eclipse in Aries. What shifts are coming, what to kind of navigate by in our collective community watching. Oh, so starting strong. 3 of Swords coming in. But I do feel like this is a like healing energy. Like, do you see how this card has a lot of swords kind of strapped in to the heart? I get the sense this is more about clarity coming about your inner wounds and unstrapping the swords to release them. Wow, very strong coming in. Ooh. 5 of Wands. The Hermit in reverse. And the Emperor, which is an Aries card, Aries energy card. Okay, so we did already start with the healing coming in with the 3 of Swords. But with the 5 of Wands, there's some kind of resistance to that healing happening as well. I get the sense that it's resistance on multiple levels, like societal resistance and internalized kind of resistance because of societal expectations. With the Hermit reverse, you're being asked to come out of your cave and kind of like show yourself show yourself to yourself and to the world in order to, it's similar to the 3 of Swords, in order to reveal the wounds and heal them. Part of that healing involves, what is the word for that? It's like not exposing yourself, but like it's like the energy of like taking off your mask, like showing your true authentic self, something like that. And then with the Emperor, you're being called to step away from the Hermit energy to show yourself. And with the Emperor is kind of like the maximum kind of energy of showing yourself as this, taking this center stage powerfully. And with that said, we kind of come to a full loop with the eye appearing the emperor is holding like a crystal ball with an eye, which for me circles back to the eye in the Three of Swords. And it's like the emperor has gained mastery over their healing, and they possess that. They carry it with them, and it's a source of their power, really. It's not something that controls them anymore. They've gained mastery over their own pain, their own wounds, and beyond that, they've gained wisdom and insight from it. Wow! So this is incredible. Incredible energies that healing is happening in a huge way, both internally and on like a social stage as well. Wherever that plays out in your communities, your families, your societies, that healing is on a social stage because it will reverberate to other people in your society. Your healing will help other people heal, essentially. It will inspire people to change their minds about something, about resistance to healing, and in turn that will help them to heal themselves, and so on and so forth. People will go on carrying out the ripple effect of this healing until it becomes like a societal change. I want to get more information on the Five of Wands, and I feel like an oracle card will help with that, because as I said, the Five of Wands was about feeling that resistance to healing, and that was kind of like a new message that I'm unfamiliar with, so I want to get clarification. Thunderbird Vision, Trailblazer. So you are going against the norms in your healing journey. You're trailblazing a path, like I said, for others to follow on. And then you get past life medicine remembering. Amazing. So there might be some kind of past life healing work at play here. If you're interested in that, I just finished speaking in my book club. We were reading a book on like past life regressions, and that's incredible timing actually that this came up. It must be important to what's happening right now with the solar eclipse. Right, so past life remembering has an important key here in understanding the Five of Wands. So with the social setting, you're blazing a trail into healing. Past life. I think this is something that, a type of healing that was not available in the past until now. Now is the right time for this healing to happen on a large societal scale. Gosh, I really want to get another card for that. Just going down a rabbit hole with this Five of Wands, but I think we're getting more answers. The Finch and Peach romance? What? The Chipmunk and Laurel success? And the Bear and Cedar leadership. There's something very joyful about the way this healing is to occur. It's not painful. It's full of hope. And it's full of love and hope and connection with romance, and that's what makes it successful. That's what makes it strong and stable. Yeah, this is so interesting. I'm not ready yet to go on to the academic layer. I feel like I need to get more cards. So an extension on this message, or even a new message about the overall energies for the solar eclipse in Aries. The Eight of Swords lining up with the Three of Swords. The Ace of Wands with the Five of Wands. The Three of Discs with the Hermit. The Two of Discs. Wow, this card has been showing up in every reading for like the past 7 to 10 days. So definitely collectively, in partnership with each other, we're rising each other out of our shackles, like out of our different oppressions, largely through healing, largely through this like joyful uplifting. There's a new way of doing this. There's a new way of rising up. Do you see how there's the phoenix here with the Ace of Wands rising from the ashes? It's like this new Ace of Wands enters the Five of Wands arena and just burns all the old obstacles down. I really feel like with the Two of Discs in reverse and the Three of Discs in upright, it's like really like burning away the divisions, like the binaries, any divisiveness, and coming together in a new form of community, like resolving those gap, what are they called? The what's that word? Like the ravines, there's another word for it. The ravines between us, like bridging those with a third party, like engaging with a third type of community in order to bridge the two that were fighting or that were in an impasse, a disagreement before. That's how the healing happens, by involving more people, by involving a third perspective. This is going to play out in multiple ways on different scales, but the example that's coming to mind so that I can explain this more clearly is, think of, in the US we have the left and the right politically, and it's something like this where that extreme source of divisiveness that occurs by this not that is going to be healed with the partnership of, it's like dissolving the binary, because there's more options now, there's a third community coming in. It basically changes the whole playing field in that way, changes how we see that arena from what we've been accustomed to. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another example between this or that, this not that situations. Kind of drawing a blank, so maybe that was meant to be the more illustrative example for you. And in a strong way, that is relieving us of the bindings that we've created on ourselves with this duality between left or right, this or that. Really cool. And with the past life, remembering this is the right time for this to happen collectively. Okay, so with that, let's pull very quickly a message for the collective academic community. And oh, no. So a message for the collective academic community and the solar eclipse on April 8th. Seven of Pentacles. What is that? The Nine of Wands in reverse. 10 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Empress in reverse. Collective academic community. Now's the time for planting seeds in a strong way, like when the ground is most fertile, so to say. And you see how this figure, this dog, is doing it kind of joyfully and in an inspired way. There's a lot of faith in the outcome with this. Now is also a time that you can feel safe and secure and not have to defend yourself or be on guard so much. You don't have to like defend your crops from any pests or anything like that. You can plant safely and freely. It's a magically fertile ground. So like this can be ideas or, you know, building connections within your academic studies, your research. There's a great emotional fulfillment in this period that's coming together. We have the chipmunk again. That was the sign of success from the card we pulled. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Empress reversed. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of like, okay, I'm thinking of this in a kind of a feminist way. It's like you can put yourself first now. You don't have to like sacrifice yourself for caring for others as you have been for a while. This is like very emphasized. It's time for you to become the emperor energy. The caregiving energies it can be put on a lesser priority for now, because now it's all about you shining and attaining what you've been working for. It's kind of like the ground is fertile, the obstacles are out of the road. You need to just go for it at this time. You know, like the people who care for you and that you care for will understand you're not going anywhere, but you need to prioritize yourself a bit right now to kind of harness this energy, capitalize on it. Yeah, so that's the academic energies coming through. So I'm so curious to see how that manifests for everyone. And I really felt strongly, because I saw the squirrel come up, that the squirrel will be one of our cards. Oh, that's a chipmunk. Seems similar enough to me. I already felt that the Emperor will be one of our cards as well. Okay, actually I'm feeling two. So the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands will round out the readings. I was only planning to get 3, but those are the ones coming through. Okay, so these are our cards that will branch off into the pick a card reading. I've matched them with crystals intuitively as it came to me, and I will just lift up this one because I think it's a little hard to see in the light. I'm not sure if this is helping at all. Maybe I could bring this light. But it's kind of like a moss agate type of stone in a what would you call this, like a star point, something like that. But I think the other crystals you can see pretty well. And so feel free to pause the video, take a minute and meditate on where you're going to go next with this. If it helps, this is number 7, number 4, number 10, and Ace of Wands, so 1. Hi, Chipmunk and Laurel and Success group. So yeah, you chose lucky number 7, Chipmunk and Laurel with success, and I'm so curious to hear how your reading turns out following up on our general reading. I want to first read you the description of this card from the authors, just to get you excited about what's to come because it's very positive. The chipmunk and laurel symbolize a new venture that will surely lead to success. The chipmunk often takes the road less traveled, finding hidden pathways and adventure along the way. The laurel is a symbol of victory used to crown the winners in the ancient Olympic Games. Together they tell us to take charge of our destiny, carve our own path, and find success. Forge a unique path toward your desires. The road to achieving your goal is hardly ever straight and easy, but the journey is ultimately rewarding. And some reflection questions are: what successes in my life can I celebrate? And how can I carve my own path and live my truth? So there's a lot of like hero's journey energy going on here. Also 6 of Wands energy coming through. So I'll be interested to see if that comes up in any of the other cards. So let's just go ahead and do our general layer first, and then follow up with the academic journey layer next. So what can our success group know regarding the solar eclipse in Aries and their message today? So you're getting the Hermit reversed. Didn't this come up the first time? So that's emphasized, the message here. Coming out of Hermit mode to step into the spotlight. The 2 of Cups reversed. The first time I've seen this card. That's so cool looking. I feel like this is like you're flying solo here. It's all about you taking center stage. Like you're the star of the show. Queen of Swords in reverse. And Princess of Swords in upright. So these two definitely come together to form a single message. To play with your thoughts and your words rather than committing to any single truth right now. To explore ideas and communicate with others. Yeah, because you don't want to yet get into the Queen of Swords energy in which you stand by a truth and that you defend or communicate very like clearly from your throne. It's more like you're on this journey, right? There's a pathway behind, and the figure's holding a scroll kind of magically with the sword. This is, like the chipmunk card said, all about exploration right now. I'm not yet into your academic reading, but this sounds almost like it's dovetailing into the academic reading. Yeah, and this is your hero's journey. This is something you're meant to do alone, explore on your own, have an adventure, be joyful with it. So I wonder if like maybe you're traveling somewhere, you're starting a new job, you are studying abroad or doing like a volunteer work in another place from your home. It's like there's really this energy of you setting off on your own, coming out of your seclusion to shine, start your journey, your hero's journey. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. And of course, there's a lot of success there, so you can be very self-assured in that. It's like it's been fabled. Like you you can be sure that this you can be sure of this journey turning out well, so that you can enjoy every minute of it. I want to follow up and say, what can our chipmunk group maybe carry with them on this journey to fortify them, to keep in their pocket as they progress on this journey towards success? Some helpful hints, helpful knowledge, advice. The 10 of Discs in reverse. The Tower card. The Prince of Swords in reverse. More swords coming in. Judgment card. With the Judgment card, this is definitely a part of your path alignment, a part of your destiny. And it doesn't come without its trials and tribulations coming into you externally. But these are things that you can handle. They're things that come up in a journey, any journey you take, even if you're going on vacation, right? Things will come up, flights will be canceled, something happens. But the point is that you find your way as the Princess of Swords, exploring and going with the reroutes. I would say think of this tower in your hero's journey as things rerouting you to keep you, to nudge you towards the right path alignment. Yeah, again with the Prince of Swords in reverse, it's similar to the Queen of Swords. It's like another emphasis on, don't commit to any direction, because the Prince of Swords is traveling in a direction, taking action, while the Queen of Swords is like locking in their ideas and standing by their truth. So where I said here, don't lock in your ideas yet, you need to explore still. Here it's like, don't commit to one path yet because you need to explore still. And the tower, I feel like you have a handful of tower moments, mini tower moments that will help you explore. It's going to make you explore certain paths that you probably weren't thinking of before, so that you ultimately arrive to your destination. Your end goal is not going to materialize in the way that you think it is. Your end goal will actually change because of all the reroutes, but you will be happy with it. You will find success with it. I would say beyond what you're able to imagine right now, beyond what you have in your head right now. So for example, say that you have it in your head that you want to like change jobs and move cities, and you're like, once I move cities and get this job, my life will look like this. My life will have the mansion and the two peacocks and the happy family and the hidden gems underneath. This is exactly what my life will look like. And when the 10 of this is in reverse, it's telling you like Yeah, you're gonna get there, but it's not what you think it's gonna be. It's helping you kind of like open your mind from even your wildest dreams are in a way self-limiting or limiting the possibilities. And the tower's here to help you realign your path towards even greater possibilities. So that's so great because not only do you get sure signs of success, but it's success beyond what you're even imagining right now. Maybe beyond what you're allowing yourself to imagine. Because here's the eye again. It's reminding me of the general reading, and which was strongly about self healing and healing society. Something in that healing that's still involved in your journey is going to open your mind to a different kind of dream, one that's even more deeply fulfilling than this. I would say you're with this dream it's a little bit surface, and like it's a great dream, and it's like a dream anyone would want, but it's like once you heal and you're able to go deeper into your soul, then you discover like the deeper dream that you can realize and you will receive in the end. So I'm so happy for you on that. um I want to pull a couple oracle cards for this general reading before we move on to the academic layer. Yeah, I'll take these two. So you have waning crescent moon and the willow tree. Number 7 comes up again. So luck, but also number 7 might be significant to you. Also, the month of July could be significant. So this is amazing. The willow tree, the affirmation here, it says, I make space for my emotional experience. And that's just what we were talking about, how when you heal and you make space for your emotions to surface, you discover the greater, the deeper, more meaningful dream that you can achieve. So you might want to hold on to that at this time of the solar eclipse. I make space for my emotional experience. And just by saying that, you will find ways to make space for it and honor your emotions. With the waning crescent moon, it says, I create space for rest. And this is about, what does it say? Choosing intentional rest as a radical act. And that's what's being asked of you at this time to avoid burnout. And so I really think of this as indicating that you are on a bit of a marathon, or like in terms of that hero's journey, it's not going to be a fast thing. It's like an odyssey, right? You have a lot to encounter and work through. It's going to be all the highs and the lows, adventure, disappointments, healing, sorrow, growth. But in the end, success. And so with all of that, rest is going to be essential to pace yourself and not burn out along the way. So I think that's a good point to shift over to the academic reading, because probably your hero's journey has a lot to do with your academic journey, if you are on one at this time. So if you're not, then I would say this was your solar eclipse reading. And if you were drawn to any of the other cards in the pick a card section, then I'll see you there for those general readings as well. But if you are on an academic journey, please stay on and get your message for your academic journey as it manifests within this reading. So you got Queen of Pentacles upright here. Seven of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Wands. And the Moon. And I am being mindful that these two, oh sorry, this is the Ten of Wands and the Moon. I am being mindful that these came, I just kind of decided at the last minute to get 2 extra cards. So these came together at the end, and I think I'm going to read them together. I'm seeing this Nine of Cups in reverse in a similar way to how I read the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Discs in reverse, that your idea, your wish, the wish that you want fulfilled is going to change. It's not what you expect it to be right now. And I see again the laurel leaf crown here with success. Your definition of success is going to change, yeah, in a beautiful way as you're on the way to achieving that success. And you do with the Queen of Pentacles, you embrace this healthy energy in which it's like you're able to show up for others as you need to, but you never lose sight of what's for you. You start to prioritize yourself, essentially, while keeping in orbit the important relationships and responsibilities in your life. There's beautiful balance here. Yeah. I'm really connecting these 2 pentacles here. And it's in a circular cycles kind of way. So it's like you plant the pentacle grows and is offered to you again, and you plant it, it grows and it's offered to you again. This is like a never-ending cycle. It's a self-sustaining cycle of prosperity, success, and happiness. You've figured that out somehow along the way. You overcame your own self-limiting beliefs that I will say were hidden in your subconscious. Somehow with the Tower moments, these helped to reveal to you those subconscious limiting beliefs so that you could heroically defeat them and move on in your journey, gathering your power along the way. Yeah, I would say with the Ten of Wands, these are like, you can think of them as magical wands. Like every battle you win, you collect the wand. Essentially, this is your collection of wands. They're like your trophies. And so there really may be something like 10 major obstacles that you overcome. I won't say major, like collectively they're one major obstacle, but maybe these are 10 mini obstacles that make the major obstacle that you overcome to get to this point where you're in the Queen of Pentacles energy. So powerful in that. I suddenly just wanted to draw one more clarification card on the Queen of Pentacles. I see it right here. Oh, it's the King of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple ways I can interpret this. This is, on the one hand, and double emphasis on your power in this earthy kind of stable success, an emphasis on material success, also in scholastic academic success. It's absolute, like you reached the highest level. You're going as far as you want to take this. In another interpretation, this is a partnership, like a power couple partnership, very harmonious. If you're already in a partnership and you're both maybe in school, it's like you're both on the same journey. Like, you both are on this together, fighting your battles. You've got each other's backs. It's going to be hard. It's not always going to be fun, but like, you both get there in the end. So you, this could be a journey that's shared between two as well. Okay, let's see an oracle card or two that's meaningful for you. So I see this one. Oh, 22 strawberry love. So there really is like, there is some sort of, there's many forms of love. Of course, there's a lot of self-love and healing that's happening with love. There's love and healing that's happening in partnerships. And then, as mentioned in the general reading, there's a lot of love in a broader societal community sense that's really playing into this cycle of success and abundance, prosperity, growth, fertility that's really happening for you at this time. I want to read this from the guidebook. This delicious red berry is calling you into a healing space for your heart. Traditionally, we call the strawberry the heart berry due to its shape and healing qualities. This medicine invites you into the eternal flow of love, reminding you that love is not conditional. You are worthy of receiving it always. Where does love need to flow? Where have you been pushing it away or blocking it from entering your space? Are there aspects of your heart that feel broken, parts that need tending to? Perhaps it's the current state of the world that is causing heartache for you. Strawberry reminds us that in order for change to happen, we must break open like buds on a vine. Let the pain flow, allow yourself to feel it rise so it can release. You are being asked to bring consciousness to your heart space at this time. As you focus your awareness, strawberry will amplify the flow of nourishing divine love. This is very similar to the willow card, if you remember. Making space for your emotions, remember, in order to feel them so that you can redefine your dreams, your sense of success, and attain a deeper success that way. With an open heart, you can carry love's frequency more effortlessly. Allow the vibration of love to flow in reciprocal ways, balancing out the giving and receiving. Ooh, that's reminding me of the cycles that I pointed out between these two pentacles. Giving and receiving, giving and receiving. It's never ending. And it's definitely, it can be connected to love as much as material. Strawberry calls us to step into this beautiful harmony, and today you are asked to soak it all up. The healing affirmation is, as I welcome the vibration of love into my being, I glow with healed heart medicine. So that is an absolutely perfect way to end your reading, and I am wishing you so much love on this epic hero's journey that comes with the solar eclipse for you. Hoping you continue to work with love for yourself and others all along the way. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, and questions on the video. I appreciate it all, and I love to hear how this is landing for you out there. And if you were drawn to any of the other cards in the card picking, I'll see you forward there in those readings. And if not, I will see you in the next reading I post. Hi, Emperor group. So you were drawn to this Emperor card. Such a power card, right? And I remember in the introductory, the general collective reading, there was a focus on this orb, and I just noticed that the crystal I was drawn to pair with this card almost looks like the orb as well. And so this is the crown chakra, if I remember it correctly. If I'm wrong, I'll add a note here. But the crown chakra is all about opening communication with the divine, with your own intuition as well, and like clear thinking, vision. So that's very much a part of your summer. Oh, sorry. Your I was about to say summer solstice, like automatic speaking. So summer solstice, June 2021, something like that, might be a key period for this, the group watching this as well. But the solar eclipse in Aries is bringing up something to do with your power, your healing, and the connection to the crown chakra, and like clarity coming to you. Something I feel like you've been searching for a while. There was something clouding your vision with the wounds. But as they're healing, your vision is more attuned again. And possibly things that you thought were imaginary or in your mind or wrong thinking, you're realizing now you were correct all along. There just wasn't really the social frame for what you were thinking at the time, or possibly at your age. And now that you've grown, matured, you've healed, you see that you were right all along, which is like a wonderful kind of victory and power on its own to experience. And so with that, let's start our reading over the general energies of what you're encountering this solar eclipse, and then we'll continue with their academic journey after that. So this is the general readings. King of Cups, very much power coming through with the heart as well, emotional balance. I can't help but notice there's two cups here, and one looks otherworldly, and one is in the figure's hand, and it's almost like it's making me think of that crown chakra, and opening yourself to being king of two worlds, physical and immaterial, in whatever ways that's coming through. The Ten of Cups, so nice. And look at the rays, the sun rays here, look very similar, connecting the Emperor with the Ten of Cups. This is very much about emotional fulfillment, but there's something to do with building an emotional empire in some way. I'm not sure how that's manifesting for you. It can be material empire, but there's strong emphasis on the emotional empire. So maybe you're shifting a school of thought on something that is very healing for others, something like that. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, you're letting go of your grip on your financial and your material security a bit. You're loosening up so that you can enjoy. You can enjoy what's around you. You're finding that you're in a period now where you can let loose a little bit on the strings of the coin purse, to really live your life and start using the money as it's there for you to enjoy your life. And you're lucky enough, if it's not happening already, then it's in your immediate future with the solar eclipse, that you're gaining the privilege of being able to enjoy this now. And the Princess of Swords in reverse, it's like you are not searching anymore. You've been searching and searching for something that fulfills you, something to fill a hole in your life that you didn't really know how to fill. And it's like that search is over. And it's almost like you were sometimes looking in the wrong places, and you had to learn, by a lot of trial and error. But this is the time that you're getting there in the end. I want to shuffle again and pull again for more clarity on this, because it feels like we in a puzzle, like we outline the edges and we still have to fill in the middles. There's a lot of things that need to be connected the way I'm seeing it. So any additional information, the world, you're closing, this is what we already said. You're closing a cycle in a beautiful way. See how the figure is holding the world, like the emperor is holding the orb? It's like you've got a grasp on something. It's like the end of a feeling of chaos, and it's almost like you're in command of your own world. The Prince of Discs. You're steadily, again, holding a circular object in the palm of their hand. This is really repeating a lot, even with the King of Cups, even with the Princess of Swords. Yeah, there's really something about having the skill and ability to manage things. It's reminding me weirdly of I'm thinking of sports. This is a example specific to me. I used to play tennis when I was younger, and it's making me think of how as I practiced and my stroke got more controlled. Every time I practiced and I was hitting the ball back and forth, my muscles at first weren't as disciplined, and so that affected the aim of the ball. But as my muscles became more disciplined and rhythmic and in tune with the pace and the skill required of the game, I could start to envision where I wanted to hit the ball and then manipulate my muscles and my position with the racket to be able to achieve the position of the ball going to where I wanted it to on the other side of the court. And that's really coming through here with all the orbs and like the deftness, the skill, and just balancing it. So if you play a different sport, I think you can translate it in that way. I think it helps with the physical example, but that's really coming through here. It's like you've got this level. Oh, as we say this, the Ace of Discs is here, being floated with the hand. Wow. Okay, one more. And the Six of Swords. You're really escaping, you're being freed of some kind of thought prison that you are in. As well as I want to say emotional prison, especially with the water. You're being lifted up. I mean, you were the one that needed to grab the ropes, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 either like spirit guides, people around you. There were multiple people who offered you ropes to grab onto in the first place. And what was key is that you accepted that help. And now you're being airlifted out of this situation that was holding you back from your power. So you have the world, which is a cycle completion. You have the Ace of Disc, which is a cycle start, like planting a seed, especially in the material world, seeing the possibilities, imagining where this might go. But with the Prince of Discs, you're also following the language of the land to help nurture the growth of this thing. So like when you plant, when you like you can get all the rules from a rule book of like what plants need. I'm working with like a metaphor to grow. Like different plants require different things, but they're not hard and fast rules, right? Like you still need to check in with the plant and see, are they needing more water, are they needing more sunlight, and you start to learn that language of the plants intuitively. And it's like you have an idea of the possibilities of this thing you're starting, which now you're free to start. You're allowing yourself to start, most importantly, by the encouragement of others. You've gained enough confidence to start this. And the advice here is that as you do it, have faith and have communication with the project. Enter like a language with the project itself, because it's not like a formula. It's a conversation. It's a relationship. There's a back and forth. You'll keep checking in, but steady does it bit by bit, and you'll fully get there with the world and the emperor. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I want to get one oracle card. I also was, as I was talking, I was drawn to this like stray card from another deck just hanging out here. So I'm going to put this to the side and flip it when it feels right. I think there's a message there for you. $35 Fox. And the affirmation says, I can sense what is in alignment for me. A quietly cunning creature of the forest, fox knows how to move in silence. They observe and assess their options, never straying too far from the safety of their den. With a keen awareness of the possibilities they can pursue, fox sets their sights on a particular hunt and tracks it with calm certainty and concentration. You're being reminded of ways you can explore an interest by beginning with curiosity. Instead of blasting out of the gates, this is an invitation to start an endeavor with a slow and steady approach. Yeah, just like the Prince of Discs. With this mindset, you'll be gifted the chance to truly take notice of whether this new quest is in alignment. Right, so you might need to readjust multiple times. Always check in if you're still in alignment, If you come to find that it's not the right direction for you, you will be primed to shift course with ease. Fox teaches you that not everything is worth the chase, and sometimes it takes a few tries to find what is most deserving of your focus. Reminds me of the Princess of Swords, searching for something, maybe going down different paths that didn't lead you to what you're looking for, but keeping going until you do find it. And look at what is arising and new within your world. Getting curious about which tracks are yours to follow. And the question to reflect on here is, what opportunities do I have in front of me to choose from? Which ones feel most in alignment? So yeah, this puts a tone on the reading. Is there a question of which beginning is right for you? It's like there's a lot of possibilities ahead of you that you've found. Although I don't see choice cards coming in here, so it's making me think that it's within your hands. The opportunities aren't being presented to you, but you're deciding which opportunities to pursue towards this emperor end goal. You're deciding which disc to plant and pursue with the Prince of Discs to come to fruition with the world. Yeah, so this is a call for you to keep checking in what feels in alignment to you. And so one way you can check in with that is like, what gives you joy? What really sparks your mind and you feel like you have so much energy and passion for doing? You might need to battle with putting aside what society or family, loved ones expect of you, and tune in a bit louder into your own sense of what it is you know you can offer the world uniquely. And that's a great time to transition to our academic journey reading. Before I do that, I'm going to flip over this card. Princess of Pentacles in reverse. With the Prince of Dis, which is Pentacles and upright. Oh, so this card was about searching for the opportunity that's in alignment with you. And for some of you, you have found it already. This is a call to end the search and go ahead with the thing that you do feel in tune with. You do feel this already. You don't have to search anymore again. Okay, I want to say for all of you, yeah, this is the case. It's something that you've come across already, but maybe you didn't allow yourself to accept that this is your passion and your calling. And look at how the Princess of Pentacles is holding the orb, like the World card. It's like the Princess of Pentacles grows up into the World card, growing that world within their hand. Yeah, I want to say for all of you, go back and think of what sparks your joy. Maybe you prevented yourself from pursuing it. Maybe it's time to revisit it now. Okay. So if you're not on an academic journey and you don't want to hear this message, then thank you so much for sharing the space and energy. And if you're drawn to another card in the reading, I'll see you there for those messages. Otherwise, I hope to see you again, and thank you in advance for any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, and questions. And take care on this beautiful journey of alignment for you, this solar eclipse. And for those of us staying for the academic journey portion, wherever you're at, whatever angle you're involved, research, administration, students, teachers, we're all kind of collectively working towards similar ends together. And so this is the reading that needs to fall on your ears right now at the solar eclipse. The Four of Swords in reverse. The Temperance card in reverse. The Two of Swords in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, landing on top of the Ace of Pentacles in upright. So a little something to think about there. You're getting the upright in the general reading, but the reverse in the academic reading. There's your choice card. Seven of Cups. And I want to reserve one more for the end when our mind kind of pulls questions from this information that might help clarify it. Okay, so you're hitting exhaustion and you're getting it out of balance with your mind and body in your school setting, in your academic setting. So it is around towards the end of the semester or past the midpoint for most people when I'm doing this reading, when the solar eclipse hits. So you might be feeling that energy drain right now. You don't know what to do about this, and your answer is to not take on some kind of offer that's coming into you. So like you might be tempted to accept it because you like the person who's offering it. It might be like a side hustle type of, or a side gig type of thing to bring in more income. But you really have to take the time and think for yourself what your priorities are. So yeah, you might get an extra $100, you know, a week taking this job, but is it worth putting yourself into exhaustion right before finals? Something like that, because you are getting clear messages that your body and your mind are in exhaustion as of right now. And if you take on something more, it's just really not going to work out. You don't have the energy for it. It's just going to dig you deeper into this exhaustion, which you need to get out of. And so I'm of two minds. I want to ask this question, how to get yourself out of exhaustion, with this card, but I also want to give you the opportunity to ask a question. So I guess we'll do both. So take a minute. I'm going to flip this card in a second, and you can pause the video if you want. Ask a question, and this will form your answer. I'm also going to layer on my question for you, which is, how do you go about solving your exhaustion? Okay, so I'm about to flip the card right now. So if you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it. 7 of Wands, creating boundaries. So the way that you solve your exhaustion is to create structure in your schedule, and so you can see visually actually how much you're doing, and start to prioritize and eliminate the little things that don't really need to be there. Someone else can take care of that, or there are other ways to take care of it. And protecting your time for the things that really need the time, like your assignments. If you have a big essay due, that's like accounts for a lot of your grade, that's a priority. Things that are lower on the priority are like, making 2 trips to the grocery store per week. That's something that when you see on the schedule, you can eliminate that. You can reduce that down to making your grocery trips once a week. And then you have like a couple more hours per week now to work on the things that need your priority. That's your advice. Secondarily, what's coming in is guard your rest and restoration time. Don't pull all-nighters. Make sure you get rest. Something that I learned was that I did better. I actually did fine not pulling all-nighters, even if I needed to. Like, I didn't even start the assignment yet. What I did is I went to sleep when I was tired, and I woke up early, and what would have taken me 3 hours at night when I was tired to do, I could do it in like 45 minutes when I woke up early the next morning, because I just had that energy. That worked for me. That might work for you too. But there are ways around managing your energy, and part of that is making sure you know how your body needs rest and restoration, and working with your body, because your body is what it is. You can't like force it to change. It's one of these things, like a river, and you just need to go with the flow with your own body, especially when it comes to really stressful things like going through school. If you're not in school, if you're a researcher, a teacher, etc., you can translate that as you see fit. The message is the same. How do you schedule your priorities to protect yourself? I'm going to end now with a oracle card. I see it right here. Oh, you got the world again. The world card. 39, clan, animal totem, claiming. And it's immediately making me think of claiming your time. Claiming your time in order to claim your calling and your pathway in the world. But let me read the author's interpretation. The indigenous clan system helps us to identify what responsibilities each of us has in building and maintaining community. It is an important part of our identity. Animal spirit medicine represents each clan with different animals representing families and nations. This card is asking you to remember that you are here for a particular purpose. Yeah, a calling and a purpose. It's time to step into clarity with the crown chakra and refinement. Remember that you cannot be and do all things. Yeah, you need to protect and claim your own pathway. You can't do it all. That's what other people are for. When we honor our unique soul presence and that of another, we can rise together. You are gifted with unique medicine, and this card asks you to claim it with the help of the animal totem. Is there an animal that reminds you of how you move in the world? Or perhaps there is an animal that comes in your dreams or visions. The animal that appears asks you to accept your role upon this planet so you may rise in your medicine. When we follow our path and release doubt of why we are here, we stand in our own sacred resonance. As you do this, there is no room for comparison, judgment, jealousy, or envy. Clan medicine is here for you to walk in integrity with what you are here to do. With your animal totem at your side, you are able to stay in your own lane with clarity, alignment again, which came up in the fox, and fierce knowing. So the healing affirmation is, I fully embody the purpose my soul chose when it came here. My identity is rooted and clear. Wow, that was such a wonderful way to close out from the beginning, from the general reading to your academic journey. It really is, during the solar eclipse, an opportunity for you to really identify, align, and commit to your pathway, your calling that you came here to do. And so connecting to an animal energy can help you identify, like mirror and accept the path that you really want to do. And like it said, if you feel a little bit let down, like, oh, it's not as like glamorous as this other animal guide, that's not what it's about. It's a whole ecosystem working together, and there's a reason you chose this in this lifetime to work with. So the more you kind of honor that and accept it, the more direct and fulfilling your path will be. So for example, I wonder if you want to take a look at these animals and see if yours is in here. I immediately was drawn to the half of a turtle, and I always resonate with turtles ever since I was a kid. And yeah, it's one of these like less glamorous animals for sure, but it definitely embodies some of the like shell energy, like hiding in the shell. And my name is actually Shelly, and to protect myself. And I always felt ashamed of it until I realized later on, like more recently in life, that I'm actually like very highly sensitive, and I have empathic kind of sensitivities. And so that shell is there for a reason. It's to protect me because of this beautiful gift I have. And so it felt like, oh, like I'm not gonna achieve as much as the bear, or like run as fast as the deer, you know. It wasn't as exciting, but it was there. Those properties were there for a reason, for what I wanted to do in this world, which is to kind of emotionally, empathically weave myself in with other people's energies. And it takes a certain kind of protection to be able to do that. So just a message to help you honor the animal that is coming to you in your dreams, or that resonates with you, and helping you to connect, mirror what that path, that place is in the world for you. And so I'm wishing you a happy solar eclipse time, full of gateways, opportunities to enter into the world the way that you've been wanting to for a while, and hoping you continue to work with love on this journey. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, and questions. And if you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in those readings as well. If not, I Wish you well and see you in the next reading. Hi, Ten of Cups group. So you were drawn to this cute Ten of Cups with a Labrador? Yeah, I think Labrador and a cat and a squirrel or chipmunk, butterfly. A lot of harmony happening in your card here. So the Ten of Cups is the emotional fulfillment card. And so, I mean, this is the path that you're on in the solar eclipse portal that opens up for you. It's like you've got this on your heart and your mind. It's like you realize what you want out of life, this sense of fulfillment, generational kind of connection and fulfillment happening, just connection to something larger than you. It could be spirituality as well. And so this is very lovely direction that you're heading towards, in a magnificent way with the solar eclipse. And so we're going to start with a general reading of what this journey looks like for you right now. And then we're going to do a second layer for any of us on the... Wow, this card really wants to come out, doesn't it? I'll just keep it. For any of us on that academic journey, we'll see how that overlays or connects with the general reading as well. So any guidance coming through for our Ten of Cups group. And let's see what this card is. Ooh, the Justice card. This is very much emphasized. So you have emotional fulfillment coming through with this balance of social energies, balance of morality, and what you see come to pass in your lived experience. I get the sense that there has been an imbalance in what you believe and what you've been witnessing or experiencing. And there's so much balance happening, balancing out of those two things that you've seen a disjuncture in, and possibly that you thought might never be balanced, really. And then you're getting the Six of Swords in reverse. This looks so similar yet different to the Justice card, right? The figure's arms are in a similar position, upraised, except this figure is bonded with the upraised arms. I'll show you in a minute when Moko sits down with the Six of Swords. It's almost like the oppressive, like, injustice of it all, whatever happened. But this came out in reverse, so this like oppressive energy is leaving. You're ascending out of it. You're leaving those wounds behind. You next get the Ace of Discs in reverse. Oh wow, the Eight of Swords and upright. It looks so similar to the Six of Swords, right? So related to the oppressive kind of experience you've had, there's some lingering mental oppression that is remaining within you from that experience, and I see that as your main guidance toward healing for your ultimate emotional fulfillment. With the Ace of Discs in reverse, now is not the time to start a new path in a career or study sense or material sense. Not a time to start a new business, not a time to start a new job. Rather, it's a time to plant the seeds of hope for what can be when you do feel ready to start a new job, let's say, or a new program or a new course of study. I just noticed that there is an eye, a very small eye in the center of this star of the disc, and it's like you're starting to open your eyes to what's possible for you. And the idea is to let that vision grow for a while by planting the seed and waiting for it to sprout, because it's not sprouted yet. And that will give you the clarity of how you want to move forward once you're able to take this blindfold off and step outside of these self-limitations, or these mental kind of limitations, patternings that are holding you back because of this injustice that happened to you. It's like this, it's like justice has been served in some way, and it has healed you in some way. There's just some remaining patternings left that affect your current life, particularly in the area of your home, your financial security, your overall sense of security, your material environment. It's very much affected in this way. I want to keep pulling cards first from this. So I feel like there are questions with this layer about how you're going to heal, how you're going to move forward towards this Ten of Cups, moving from the past injustices and pain and resting with the planting seed to kind of unbind your sense of what's possible for you. Five of Wands in reverse. This is giving me the sense that on some level the disruption, the tension is not truly over for you, and it's very much like snakes in the brain. Like it's very much like this hissing going on in your mental space. The Eight of Wands. This gives me the impression of like expelling those thoughts, like clearing your mind in some way, like finding some kind of, developing some kind of practice individual to you that gives you clarity, balance, and just like Zen energy. Don't often say Zen, but that's coming through in this Eight of Wands. The Emperor reverse. I feel like this is a call to soften yourself and step down from this emperor persona that you might display to the world, kind of as like a survival stance to like keep people at bay. The Five of Cups and this is directly related to the Ten of Cups and the Five of Wands. You see these filling out. It's like 5 plus 5, right? The Five of Wands, these are the things that you work on. This is the pathway to obtaining your Ten of Cups. It was very much perception and mental space. So it's like maybe you're still in survival mode over this thing, and it's like, you know it's over, but like there's some part of your brain that's still responding to the danger. Yeah, and it's going to take you finding a way to believe and to maneuver around those psychological mechanisms so that you aren't being attacked by those thoughts anymore, that you can stay present. That's what it is. Instead of Zen, it's like you're very present. What's the word? Mindfulness. So you might want to look for mindfulness practices. This is coming together. These two are coming together. So Five of Cups is about really being fixated on disappointment over a loss to the point where you forget the things that are still in your life that are still going well. And it's like kind of like how like depression just kind of colors the whole world, and and so everything looks like a spilled cup, right? But really, if the figure turned around, they would see that there are two full cups behind them. So the Emperor reverse advice on this. Yeah, it's to you might have been taught to bottle, like to not show emotion, to not cry, and so you're kind of bottling it all up, and you're putting on a brave face, and you're trying to be like strong, like that's the version of strong that you were taught. So you're being advised to overturn that, to feel your emotions so that you're not stuck frozen in this position anymore, staring at the three cups that have spilled. Once you feel your emotions, you are able to like move around again, and then that's when you can orient yourself to the world around you and see the two full cups behind you. Yeah, there's really nothing more that you need to focus on doing than this internal work. It's really all about perception and like psychological patternings. Yeah, just keep coming back to finding things that help orient you towards mindfulness. These could be like books on mindfulness, groups that talk about it. Doesn't have to always be like a one-on-one therapist. There are a lot of ways that people enter this practices of mindfulness nowadays in popular culture. So there's a lot of resources out there. Okay, I want to pull a sacred medicine card because this very much feels like something that needs medicine. Fall equinox 33, Buffalo, release. So sorry about that. So I just pulled a sacred medicine card, and it was this fall equinox buffalo release number 33, and I felt drawn to place it here where we were talking about releasing emotion, and feeling the emotion to release it. And so I want to read you the description. A time of letting go, the cycle of death and release is calling to you today. When the leaves fall to the earth with ease, we remember the power of surrendering to what is. The medicine of this card is inviting you into the cycle, asking you to assess what is ready to die in your life. Perhaps it's a relationship, a belief system, or a job. And we're definitely talking about a belief system, but also like mental patterns of perception, but it could be more as well, like the relationship and the job. Maybe it's time to clear out your closets or release things that are taking up too much space in your sacred home or taking up too much space in your mental home. I'm just adding this in according to what we saw in the reading. Whatever it might be, you are asked to loosen your grip so that all that is heavy can fall to the earth to be mulched. Buffalo lets out a primal sound, encouraging you to join in. As you let go, they offer their support, reminding you to trust that as you release, you make room for what is meant to fill up your life. Oh, that made me think about like screaming or yelling in order to release emotions. So you might try that, like going to a mountain and then just yelling into the void. For some reason, it made me think of this book called The Tao of Fully Feeling. I'm not sure why. It's making me also think about like howling at the moon, the full moon. So it's like the Tao of Fully Feeling really comes from like a more male experience of processing emotions. But it's not limited to like a male, like a gendered experience. It could be like we talked about this, like being stoic and not showing emotions. That can show up for you, like no matter how you identify in or orient yourself in your gender to society. But that's really just coming to mind here with this. Buffalo provides safety and care, holding space for the harvest that is waiting for you at the other end of the season. With its ancient voice and knowing, it brings you back to the clear and wise truth that you don't need to hold on any longer. Buffalo has cut the cords to your past, and freedom is yours if you so choose. So beautiful. This is exactly what we were talking about from the very beginning. And let me just end with the healing affirmation here. It says, I release and trust that all is exactly as it should be. It is safe to let go. So true. I do want to draw one more sacred medicine card for what is happening here with the mental space, although it does really like relate to both. So you get extraction cedar. Sounds very similar, right? Release and extraction. So let me read you this one too. When we light cedar, it sparks and crackles, and the sound is said to call on our spirit helpers. Cedar is an integral part of many of our ceremonies, helping to protect and ground us. Yeah, getting grounded, being mindful. I think we did mention that. We place this medicine in our moccasins so that we walk in a good way. You have been exposed to vibrations that are not for your highest good, and this medicine comes to clear you of heavy and dense energies. Again, that heaviness coming through here. There's nothing to fear, for this is a process we all must move through at different times in our lives. Cedar is used in our sweat lodge and fasting ceremonies to create boundaries and safeguarding. It appears here for you to provide the same. Waves of spiritual protection weave through your physical and energy bodies as lower vibrations are extracted and warded off. Allow yourself to release them fully and feel the purifying and secure medicine that cedar brings. So you might want to get some cedar, kind of like as you would with sage, and let the smoke kind of ceremoniously flow through your living space, your office space, over your body. The healing affirmation says, I trust cedar as my plant ally, allowing it to clear me from what is no longer clear me from what is no longer serving me. Yep, very similar advice coming through, doubling up on that message of extracting the negative, letting go of what is not serving you anymore. So let's get into your academic journey. So for those of you who aren't on an academic journey, you're just here for the general reading, that is the end of your reading. If you're drawn to any other of the cards in the pick card, I will see you again there. And thank you so much for sharing your time and your energies, and I hope that this journey pans out very well and beautiful for you, which I know it will. Just keep holding on to the faith that this is all for your highest good, even though the healing might feel difficult at times. And for those on your academic journey, let's see how this general message stacks up with what's going on in your academic journey as well. Oh, we have the star, and you also have a star in your stone as well. So your wish fulfillment on your academic journey is a big part of your emotional fulfillment in the 10 of Cups. Strength. You're pursuing this with great strength. Oh, these are strong. Queen of Swords. You are getting mental clarity, truth seeking, finding the truth. if you're a researcher, this is a very good card for you. You're both seeing the truth emerge in your research, and you are able to communicate it well to an audience. Two of Cups in reverse. I feel that this means this is very much a solo thing for you. You're doing this on your own. You're not working in partnership yet. It's all about you cultivating your sense of self academically. And the four? Oh, Six of Cups in reverse. This is all about leaving the past behind, like was said earlier. I want to get one more. And the sun, so nice. Wow. It kind of stands apart here, the sun. In terms of a academic journey, this is like enlightenment. This is like total clarity on what you're studying. So I really do get the sense that you're on some kind of academic journey where you are trying to uncover some truth and maybe expose it and communicate it to others. And this is absolutely happening. It's like you have the biggest flashlight that money can buy. It's like you have all the tools you need to get this done. But it's more like an internal flashlight, internal equipment that you're able to really carry out the work in the way that you want to. Yeah. It really is about kind of like establishing your academic identity. You're really seeing the way forward on that. You know how you want to be identified in the world of knowledge, what you contribute, and you're pursuing that. You really have the powers here, and it's like you're able to set your sights on a goal, which is really like a wish or a dream, not just a goal. It's not just a marker of success. It's really something that almost feels impossible that you want to manifest in the world via your studies or your academic journey. And the sun, in the sense that the sun is a star, really rounds out with the sun card. It's like your wish is to shine light on something very dark. Your wish is to leave something from the past in the past and truly be able to move on from it. Something here about being able to stand on your own and breaking connections, breaking that like codependence. But not just personally for yourself, it's also more like institutionally, socially, on a larger scale. It's like you want to break this norms of like having to depend on others in some way. I'm trying to search for an example, and one that's coming through is like say like welfare systems or charities or like social services. It's like the whole mentality there is that the person receiving the service is dependent on the system, and it's not really about like helping them to find their own feet always and become dependent again and integrated on their own. It's almost like feeds into this cycle of having to depend on the service indefinitely, and it's like you're working to break something like that's the norm. You have the strength to do this. It's like a gentle strength, a loving strength to see this through. You have the clarity of the words, the knowledge, the inspiration on this. You have a very clear and open path with this. It's very distinct to the general reading in that for some reason it's not so encumbered in your emotions don't encumber you as it does in your general reading. In your academic journey, it's like you're able to compartmentalize and go for your goal, and like, and things are like kind of like moving along here at a steady pace. But there's the point of connection with the Six of Cups in reverse, that it's going to strengthen you even more when you heal on this more general layer from the things in the past that are showing up in your mental space nowadays in whatever you do. So that healing is going to reverberate and help you on your academic journey for sure. Let's get a couple of these oracle cards. Motherwort. Let's put it here. So this is, the affirmation here is, all my cycles are sacred. It's so interesting because it says, Motherwort is here to assist and guide you, tending to your sacred cycles. You are being encouraged to look more deeply at how cycles and patterns show up in your life. Yeah, and so that's definitely what we've been talking about, the patterning and how it shows up, and think about that more. What's kind of in the direction here is gaining from the deeper inquiry, deeper integration, and a renewed sense of harmony and self-acceptance. So those are definitely other ways to kind of look at the goals we've lined up here. And definitely everything's aligning in your cards in the same messages. Number 21, the skunk and magnolia, protection. So two things, you're able to protect yourself, and you're being called to trust that you have the abilities to protect yourself, so that you don't feel in the state of helplessness anymore regarding the thing in the past that affected you. Another thing is that you are being protected by people who love you, and also by spirit who are always at your side. So you can have faith and trust that there is protection happening around you. I did place it on the cedar, so it's reminding me, it's making me want to remind you to like maybe like, yeah, get some of the cedar to burn, and reflect on things that want to come up, just making space for things to come up, to be extracted, to be released. So here it says with the protection card, you are safe, your boundaries are respected, and your home is intact. That's that very like material sense of security, right? Remember that when you are protected, it becomes your duty to protect others. Extend your shelter to those without one. That came up very strong with the Justice card, that you learn to protect yourself in some way, and now you're learning to stand up for others because you gain that strength. You crack the code of how to do that. And so that's so wonderful. I thank you for the work that you're doing in the world. I hope you do continue to work with love as you've been doing. And thank you for joining me on this reading. And I hope everything goes as spectacularly as it all looks. I mean, I know it will. Sorry, I don't mean to say I hope, but I hope, what I mean is I hope that you find time to enjoy the process, even if it feels difficult at times. And thank you in advance for any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, questions, and I hope to see you either in another pick a card here in the video, but definitely in the next video that comes out. Hi, Ace of Wands group. So we are going to first get your general message for the solar eclipse coming up, and then we'll do a second layer for your academic journey message. So if you are not on an academic journey, I think we're going to take these. Then you'll still have a message in the general part of the reading. So what I do is a general sort of like reading whatever comes up regarding life in general. It doesn't have to be about academics. And then the second layer will be crossing that, or finding points of connection, or maybe getting a completely separate message layered onto the general message for those of us on academic journeys. So it doesn't have to be just students. It can be people who are teachers or working as a researcher, or staff members, librarians, anyone who considers themselves involved in an academic journey in some capacity. I really believe that we're all in this collective academic community working towards the same goals. And so that's why I take our messages to kind of cross over with one another, because we're all kind of working towards similar or even the same things. So let's start with these cards that came out first for the solar eclipse. 7 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm going to read these first and then pull more. Okay, so I spent some time taking in the energy of each card, and I spent a lot more time taking in the 5 of Disc energy, because it looks kind of bizarre. I've never seen a 5 of Pentacles like this. I haven't seen this yet in the deck. So generally the 5 of Pentacles is about a hardship, and you'll see like depictions of figures kind of going through harsh conditions, looking for help, when help is like kind of just within reach, but the figures going through the hardship don't notice. And so I'm going to get to this one in a minute. I want to start from left to right, but I just wanted to point out, like, this one seems to be drawing a lot of my attention and anchoring the reading in a big way. So with the Ace of Wands, our initial card, I link this to the 7 of Cups reverse. So the 7 of Cups generally is energies of not being able, or having a difficult time discerning the path forward. Say you're at a fork in a road, or at a road with 7 forks in them, and you're trying to determine what's the best way forward without fully knowing what lays ahead. And with the Ace of Wands, it's like you chose a path to your best abilities, following your intuition, and you've started on it. You've taken the first step. So this is where you're at some point in your life, very recently, even within this month, that you've decided to set out on a certain direction amongst many choices. And there's a lot of positivity around this. There's a lot of excitement, passion, and energy going into this. This is happening in the context of kind of like turning around your fortunes. So the hardship, because the 5 of Discs is in reverse, the hardship is ending. And it's like do you see this eye is almost like down in a well? It's like you couldn't see how to get up out of the well into the pentacles and the garden above. It's almost making me think of that expression, like something to do with depression, and like being in a hole, like not being able to like pull yourself out of the hole. It's like now the hand has arrived to help pull you out of the hole, but also you realized a way to come out of the hole as well. So something about you making this decision finally to set out on this path has ended a period of stagnation and hardship. Something to do with finances, like poverty of mind is like, it's running through my head like one of those banners. Poverty of mind. I don't think that's a common phrase, but it's take that however it resonates with you. It's like feeling like very like lacking in the world, like feeling unfulfilled, but also like probably struggling financially, but it was all kind of intertwined with each other. It's like you wanted to start this path towards success and abundance and status, and something was holding you back, maybe like a community or family kind of like myth that that pathway is not meant for you somehow, and that was really dragging you down, and then you decided to go for it anyway. And so this is shifting that narrative, shifting that myth that it can't be done, because you are on this journey now. You've accepted the baton to go forth and take the chance and show that it can be done. And so you land here at this point with the solar eclipse, especially because this is number 8, it happens on April 8th. You are fully entering this portal of working hard, mastering your craft, putting in the hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are completed, and the figure's working on the 6. So this could be something like, say you decided that to enter a PhD program, and it's something that like no one in your family or your community has done. And so there's a lot of trepidation of like, maybe they're right, maybe this can't be done. So either you're at the point where you're looking at like 5 to 6 years ahead of you, or you've already completed 5 years and you're working on the 6. Something about the numbers 5 to 6 is important, I feel, in terms of timeline. So this is like a long-term thing, that your journey that you're setting out on. But the first thing that really drew my attention in this card was the cobweb, and I had never seen that until today. And it just reminded me of a dream catcher, and it makes me feel like a protective net is kind of like hanging out there, being woven by invisible forces around you to protect you as you sit there and do this work, and to keep the area, the space clear for you to have the peace to focus and do this work. There's incredible focus coming through in this card, especially with the depiction of like the energy waves in the back. It almost has like hermit vibes to it. And I actually think, is this a Virgo card as well? The 8 of Pentacles? It might be. Maybe one of the earth signs, like Virgo or Capricorn, one of those. Yeah, but I feel your determination. I feel your focus, your success. You are doing this diligently, delicately, with fine detail every step of the way. And so if you needed a confirmation about how this will turn out, that's it for you. It will be successful because you're putting in the work, also because it's destined for you. Okay, so now I feel like I want to pull one from the top here and then cut the deck and pull another layer. 4 of Discs. So this is interesting. This is stability. This is security and being conservative. Now I'm hearing conservative of mind. Remember, I was hearing poverty of mind here and conservative of mind. So I mean, again, this is something to do with finances. That maybe you're making a switch between feeling like you're stuck in a cycle of poverty, possibly like an intergenerational cycle of poverty, and you have kind of broken a code financially that broken into some knowledge that possibly no one in your immediate community or family knows, and you're being very skilled and conservative with your finances now. You're planning them out, you're making savings, you're consulting with professionals and starting to look at investments. Even you're building a foundation here, and I feel like this is monumental with this moth, kind of larger than life moth, kind of like a rising above the horizon. It makes me feel like, I can't explain why it makes me feel this way, but it makes me feel like you're shifting the tides in a huge way. You're almost like making the impossible possible by doing this. It sounds like such a simple thing, right? But if you look at the world around you, not many people can actually master that. And you found that you're committed to learning how, and you're going to do it. So possibly you're enrolled in some kind of like economics or financial advice or like accountancy program, and you're really like, you're trying to master money to heal the way that you've known life for you and the people around you. That's very interesting. So I'm gonna keep pulling. Yeah, I just want to say, I'm like trying to understand the energies I'm feeling. There's a little bit of like a determination, like I said, there's a lot of determination in seeing this through, making this happen. There's also a bit of disbelief that it can happen. It's almost like it feels easier to believe what everyone else is saying, that it can't be done, and that you better just kind of go with where you were, like where the world wants you to stay in life, something like that. So it's almost like you feel like you have to swim against the tide, and you have to keep convincing yourself that you can do this. The Four of Wands in reverse, the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Princess of Swords. So interesting that we have the Four of Pentacles. The fours are all about like foundation and stability. So the Four of Pentacles in upright, that financial foundation being laid. The Four of Wands in reverse. So something kind of being turned upside down, possibly broken, possibly revealed for the shaky foundations that it actually has in some sort of partnership, some sort of commitment. So this could be in business or school, but it could also be interpersonal relationships. It could be family. Commitment would be the key word. So wherever that lands, something about what you're doing here is challenging that commitment, the foundations of it. So it's possible that people aren't seeing eye to eye with you on this. They're not believing in the same vision that you have. And I do get the energy that you're not sure what to do with this. Let me get I see these two cards on the top sticking out. I want to see if that gives you the answer of what to do with this. Four of Cups in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. So there's somebody kind of like with a stubborn personality, kind of set in their ways, and traditional and conservative in their views, that you're at odds with. So this could be like a parent or grandparent. Someone who, this is the one who's not agreeing with your choices. With the Four of Cups in reverse, the advice here is to stay true to yourself and just wait and watch if they come around. Yeah, it's very simple, and that's all I can really say about it. But it's more of a them thing than a you thing. So you don't have to let it affect you too much, because it's more something that they need to work through in their relationship to you. Because you've found your truth. It's very clear in your cards with all the swords and the princess and the queen of wands. You've found your own clarity and your own answers. You're following your own guidance in a very effective way. So you don't have to explain yourself to this person if you don't feel like it. It's more up to them to come around eventually to what you're doing. And I almost feel like that's part of it, is that you don't need to convince them. You just need to keep doing you, and they need to see the proof for themselves when you found success, which you will. And you are entering this energy of all three of these court cards in your journey, as you have set off alone and apart from the belief system that you started from. And you entered a new belief system. You believed that you could do this thing, and so you're entering the King of Swords energy, which is like precision, logic. I get the sense, yeah, that you have a very good math mind. This might have been like your golden ticket to everything. You're good with like, what's the word? I don't want to say numbers. It's more general than that. Like patterns. Yeah. Good with patterns and formulas, like seeing how things work in that way. And then with the Queen of Wands, you're able to explain how they work to others. You're able to communicate this well, and in a way that compels others to understand the world the way you see it, or the patterns as the way you see it. So it doesn't have to be math. Math came through very strong as like probably an example for one person, but it could be like say social science, and you're noticing like social patterns, or literature, and you're noticing like language patterns being used. Something with the patterns is like you're good at puzzles. It translates onto the skills that you offer in your studies and your career. And I know I'm getting into the like academic reading already, but I think with so many pentacles and swords, it's already really strong coming through. Yeah, so you could be like a teacher with this. You can be if you're like going into like computer science or accounting, and then you get hired, you're like a very charismatic leader, so you can become like the team leader and then the department leader. Like you're on track for this kind of outcome. And with the Princess of Swords, you never stop learning. You never stop being curious, and you're ready to learn the next thing. So it's like you haven't like graduated and left the Princess of Swords energy behind. You carry that curiosity with you, kind of like the child within you who always wanted to go back to the library and keep learning more and more. Um, that that child is like still part of your personality and part of what helps drive um, your skill set forward. So you're very much starting on this journey with the solar eclipse into your power, into like a very career power. Like I feel very much Capricorn vibes here. If you know, if you follow astrology, and Capricorn is very much um, comes to financial career success in their own time. They put in the time, they do the building, and they reach there eventually. Almost like it's impossible for anyone to see them not getting there. They're so determined and focused and true to the way forward that they see. And Capricorn is the it's the cardinal energy of the earth sign. So they often carve their own. They see an opportunity, a pathway that others can't see, and then they carve it themselves and walk it themselves, and often lay the foundations for others to follow. So it's very much like a long-term foundational thing that's happening here for you. Okay, I want to get an oracle card. And then do your academic journey layer on here. So you're getting the sheep and blackberry devotion, and yeah, this is already, yeah, I'm gonna say, oh, the sheep. Yeah, the sheep is similar to the goat, and the goat is the Capricorn animal. It is making me think of that. Just keep devoted to your path. You've set it out right, and you can just follow it the way that you see you need to. Because, yeah, there's a reason you see it. It's meant for you to follow. And this is number 5. So we got 1, 5 here. So 5 is all about generating shifts that help you kind of gain access to the dreams, to the things that you want to go for. So this, with the solar eclipse, one of these shifts is happening in your environment that like suddenly opens up a way for you to start on this path. So it says the sheep and blackberry calls us to focus on our commitments, whether they're to a partner, a job, a creative practice, or a spiritual tradition. Sheep are innocent and vulnerable and must be watched over and guided. Blackberries are symbols of protection with their large brambling thorns. Their abundant fruit also symbolizes prosperity. Combining the energies of the two gives us a direction. Honor our promises, allowing them to fruit and flourish. I want to read both the upright and the reversed interpretations. In the upright, it says, in what people or practices do you find wisdom and stability? Remember to care well for these sources of guidance and protection. In reverse, it says, you can be your own guide. Your wisdom comes from within rather than without. And it is your responsibility to impart this gift as a mentor or teacher. And the reflection question says, how can I better care for my relationships, spiritual practices, or work? That's very much true to the energy that we've been reading already in the cards. Yeah, and so you can really embody this sheep and blackberry. It's a great summary as you go forward. And And think of just like walking your path steadily with devotion, but also, yeah, devoting yourself, anchoring yourself back into your networks, the people around you. Like we were mentioning before, you're kind of setting off apart and doing something that hasn't really been done before in your family or in your community. So how can you still kind of like lovingly take them with you? I think that's meant to be part of your path as well. Caring for them, even if it means there's a lot of resistance, how can you still care for those people who are resisting your choices? Yeah. Okay, so we're going a little long, so I just want to go. I wanted to pull some cards really quickly for your academic journey. So if you're not on an academic journey and you're leaving us here, thank you for your for joining, and thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, and questions. And if you're drawn to any of the other cards in the pile, I'll see you there. If not, I will see you in the next reading, and wishing you a happy solar eclipse. But for those staying on, let me quickly pull a few cards for your academic journey and see how all of this is landing. I mean, I almost feel like we don't really need to, because it was covered pretty well in this reading. One thing that did, when I was reading the Sheep and Blackberry devotion, it made me think of the Four of Wands reverse. And yeah, that same message of how can you still care for these commitments, even if you're setting off on your own separate path. Okay, so academic journey, Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Pentacles. Oh, so many pentacles for you. The Emperor, great. The Knight of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. There's been some kind of version like this card that came up in like every pile, I think. Okay, like I said, there's so many pentacles, and the Emperor is almost like the King of Kings. So there's like, you can think of the King of Pentacles also, and all the court cards embodied in the Emperor. So this is definitely confirms that this is an empire that you're building on this academic journey. You are leaving this novice stage, and so you're being invited to let go of this idea that you're trying to ask for entry into, like socially, maybe into like being seen as a professional, or or as deserving of your place in your program, because you're there already. You've already kind of shown this power. You just kind of need to show it to yourself and believe in it. You're still kind of in this mentality of, can I do it? Can I do it? Everyone's telling me I can't. It's time to let that go, because to some extent, to a big extent, you've already proven that you can. Recording.
You have to go.
Where? Okay, I'm almost done. And now soften yourself to the magic of what you've done and the magic of the world, the reality you're creating around you. And just lead with love. Follow your heart. Follow your joys. You can't go wrong here, so you might as well have fun while you're doing it. You don't have to choose the practical choice every time, because I guarantee you, even if you choose a fun choice, you will make it the practical choice. And so this is your call in the solar eclipse to bring a lot of joy and magic back into this pursuit, because hi again. So unfortunately, or as planned, as intended, who knows, The rest of the message was corrupted in the audio, and so thankfully you heard pretty much the whole reading. I think I was just finishing my thoughts at the last bit. I think you've heard everything that you need to from those cards. What I ended up doing was I pulled a final sacred medicine card from the deck, and so I think that the audio corruption means that you weren't meant to have that card now in the end. Now it should be a different card. So I'm going to re-pull the Sacred Medicine card, and I felt called to pull a Sacred Cycles card for you as well to finish off your reading. So we'll see what's coming through for this. Oh my goodness, Strawberry Love. Another pile got this. I'm completely blanking, but I think it was the group 2 reading. So you might want to scroll to the end of one of those. It's either like 1 or 2, something like that. But you might have a common life path happening with somebody who might be more in one of those other energies, or you might have another layer of messages there. So let me read you this. I remember it was just such a beautiful message. So Strawberry Love, number 22. So 22 is all about pairings, sharing energies, working together, making connections. It says, this delicious red berry is calling you into a healing space for your heart. Traditionally, we call the strawberry the heart berry due to its shape and healing qualities. This medicine invites you into the eternal flow of love. I love that, the eternal flow, back and forth, in and out. Reminding you that love is not conditional. You are worthy of receiving it always. Where does love need to flow? Where have you been pushing it away or blocking it from entering your space? Are there aspects of your heart that feel broken? Parts that need tending to? Perhaps it's the current state of the world that is causing heartache for you. Strawberry reminds us that in order for change to happen, we must break open like buds on a vine, let the pain flow, allow yourself to feel it rise so it can release. You are being asked to bring consciousness to your heart space at this time. As you focus your awareness, Strawberry will amplify the flow of nourishing divine love. So you have access to this nourishing divine love flowing through you. You just have to open the door. With an open heart, you can carry love's frequency more effortlessly. Allow the vibration of love to flow in reciprocal ways, balancing out the giving and receiving. Strawberry calls us to step into this beautiful harmony, and today you are asked to soak it all up. And so let's get our second card and see how that layers in the message. Full moon. Oh, this never comes up. I think this is the first time I've seen it. I'm noticing it's number 4 with the 22, 2 and 2 makes 4. So you have partnerships, reciprocal giving, receiving, and stability, much stability in that. You see the reciprocal partnerships here with the third party. Was this the reading? Sorry, it's the next day. I can't remember if this was the reading that had the third party that came in to heal things. That's being re-emphasized. So, number 4. Full moon. The affirmation is, my dreams are coming true. Lovely. Your dreams are coming true at this time. The brilliance of the full moon speaks to the fullness of your life. There is so much wonder gracing your experience right now, just waiting for you to shine a light upon it. The full moon represents a peak point, a culmination of effort and energy, and it is a great time to stop and take notice of what has recently manifested. This is a moment to relax into the expansiveness of what already is. You likely have heard the adage, I don't know how to say that, where thoughts go, energy flows. So focus on the abundance in your life in all its shapes and sizes. It's making me think of the strawberry again, all its shapes and sizes of abundance. There has been an outpouring of doing lately, and now you can feel the magnetism that radiates around you, reflecting all that you have called in and cultivated. It is through genuine acknowledgement and the expression of gratitude that you will be able to illuminate the blessings that may otherwise sneak by unseen. This will support you to continue on your cyclical journey of growth. And your reflection question is, what everyday blessings am I grateful for? Oh, it's such a beautiful way to end this. It's really about taking in the moment, feeling the energy of what you've cultivated around you. You've been doing, and you've been cultivating this. Now it's time to stop and enjoy it, to feel it, how powerful it is. I really feel like these go together. There is love in your life in multiple capacities, multiple angles. So if you can open your heart to at least one of those angles, it will really, like the full moon card said, shine a light into your life at this time. And so I am wishing you so much love on that journey. It looks like you have abundance of love coming your way and already around you by your own doing. Hoping you continue to work with love as well. And if you were drawn to another card in the pick a card section, then I'll see you there as well. If not, and this is the end of your reading, then I'll say goodbye to you here. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, and questions that you add in. I really appreciate the energy coming back and hearing how all of this lands for you out there. And hope to see you in the next reading. Okay, back again, because as I was adding this last bit into the editing, I realized that the card that I did pull for you from the Sacred Medicine Oracle originally, that got corrupted by the audio, was actually the Full Spirit Moon card, which you got in the Sacred Cycles deck. So now I think that if you're still on this video, this is meant to be a double emphasis for you specifically. You got, again, the number 4. I think it's kind of incredible that it's also number 4 in this deck. Like, these two decks have no affiliation to each other. And so I need to read you, I just really feel like I need to read you the whole interpretation here as well. So here's your little extra message, extra confirmation with the full spirit moon. Really, like, something is coming to full fruition. A cycle is closing in terms of healing and your ability to accept love. Like, if you're looking for romance, there's a strong soulmate connection in the mix here. Like, some powerful energetic connection that is meant to be in some sort of like intergenerational, intertimeline, past lives intertwinement is like coming together now. It could be also for some people a child. So thinking of the springtime, and something about the strawberries makes me think of the womb. I don't know why. I don't know where I got that from. But let me just finish off and read you the full spirit moon, which says shine. What needs to be released so that you can shine as bright as the full moon? In Grandmother Moon's fullest expression, we are blessed with a light that is unapologetic and bold. Your precious essence is being called forward to match this energy. While we go through seasons where our light dims and we feel small, this card shines forward to clear that away. What self-deprecating voices need to be released from your heart? What beliefs from your soul? As you step into the beauty of the expansive moonlight, you are pure illumination and potential. If you have felt shy in the past to radiate in your fullness, remember that you are enough and there is space in the world for you. You belong. Allow the tides of your inner waters to be pulled by this full spirit moon, for you have walked the path of becoming, and you can no longer deny your spark. Claim your magnetic essence, reveal your truth, and be. And the healing affirmation here is, it is safe to take up space. I stand audaciously and own my luminosity. And I remember that this message felt like it connected so well to the entire reading about kind of coming into your own in the world, and like it says, taking up the space that you're meant to, like the full moon, shine bright. And so I'm going to end there with your parting message. And I think you should do some kind of ceremony for yourself, whether you make that up completely with the solar eclipse time on on April 8th, and then perhaps you like give gratitude or express love at that time, and then revisit it at the following full moon, which I believe happens towards the end of the month. There's really something for you about the full moon there. And I really think it's something about the full moon in April because you really have like 4 April stability home happening with that. So again, hope to see you again. Wishing you the best on this. Please let me know in the comments how it goes, what happens. I'm so curious now.